So let's break down DISC a little bit more. Let's take a look at DISC. So there are 4 key character traits that we're interested in, yeah, right, that DISC addresses. One is dominant people, yeah, right? So in the effective traits of dominant people, the good things about a dominant person are they're pretty direct, pretty confident, they seize opportunities, very results oriented. So that's cool, right? We like that. What are the ineffective traits, though? They can be dictatorial and demanding. We all know that. They can be boastful and they can be sarcastic. Now, let's remember this is their trait. They don't know they're like that. They do know they're like that, but this is who they are. Now, we then cross over to influencers. Now, an influencer on a DISC profile, yeah, right, a high I, effective traits, very people-oriented, very persuasive, good communicator. What are their challenges, though? Number one, they talk too much. So we all know salespeople talk too much. Overly enthusiastic, and they struggle with focus, yeah, right? They struggle with staying the course, yeah, right? So jack of all, master of none, yeah. Whereas dominant, goal-oriented, go over the top of everybody to get there, yeah, break people, yeah. Now we step into steady people, yeah, steadiness, yeah. Effective traits of a steady person, right? They're great listeners, very loyal, very supportive. They're very consistent, and they're actually persistent. Now, hear that word there, persistent, okay? They keep going. They're stable, steady, and they finish well, yeah? Challenges they face, though, a little bit passive, a little bit indecisive. They don't like change, okay? And they're overly tolerant. So, you know, as a steady person, you know, your people will like you, they will trust you, and they will engage with you. Be aware, though, of this indecisiveness and this slow methodology of changing. It's not healthy, yeah? Then let's get to conscientious, which I call analytical. I see it more as an analytical profile. Effective traits are they're critical thinkers, yeah, right? Detail-orientated, precise and accurate. And their traits, they're precise and they're accurate. Now, the challenges with them is they tend to be critical of themselves and others, overly perfectionist, and detached and aloof. So they can be they just thinking too much. Everything's about systems. Everything's person. I'm going to break this down in a little bit more detail. Okay. So dominant profile. Okay. Let's break it down. What are their goals? Well, they want to control things. They want to be dominant and they want to challenge, right? They want to boom, boom, boom. Whereas they are scared of being taken advantage of. And that's very interesting because dominant people, yeah, right? You know, we always see them as strong, but look at that. Scared of being taken advantage of, scared of loss of control. Don't like personal criticism. And the thing with dominant is they can be the explosive bomb. They can be fiery, yeah, right? You've got to manage them the right way as a salesperson. Now we step into influencers, yeah? Influencers, as we discussed, yeah, right? They're charismatic, people-oriented, persuasive, but their goals are very much about status, popularity, and approval. They love to be loved, okay? Take that away from them and you've got a problem, okay? Now, their fears are social rejection, disapproval, loss of influence. Okay, so they like to be influencing things. They like to be part of things. You've got to go with that. You cannot go, well, I'm not an influencer and you are, and I'm going to hold you back here, right? Everyone's different. Everybody wants to approach things different ways. They can, though, tend to be a little bit self-centered, sometimes up, sometimes down, yeah, right? You know, so you know, you've got to watch their personality. You've got to be on top of it with them. Let's step into conscientious, analytical, yeah? They like order, precision, and proper ways, okay? Metrics, numbers, systems. They don't like slipshod work, criticism of the work, out of control emotions, okay? They don't like these things. This is not what they want. They don't want that in their world. And they can tend to be very much about rules, structure, red tape, yeah? So when you're dealing with a highly analytical person, you've got to come back to metrics. You've got to listen to them, and you've got to give them the information that they want. Yeah? And then finally, steady. The goals are stability, status quo. They love traditions. They love things being in a particular way. They like it stable, consistent, and steady. Yeah? Don't like change, don't like loss of stability, and don't like unpredictability. Okay? So they're patient though, right? They're nice, they're kind, they're thoughtful. They make great salespeople, okay? They make super salespeople as long as they understand their strengths and their weaknesses relevant to sales. You know? So let's just take a quick look at this chart here. What you've got here is the top half tends to be active and outgoing. The bottom half tends to be introverted. They do have a middle ground here, which is the ambivert. But this chart here shows you the structure of how the disc profile thing comes together. Yeah? So take a look at it. You've got the content from before. If you've got any questions, come back to me and let me know. You know where I'm at.